And now you can go again.
All right, good evening. My name is Claire Conger. I'm the chairperson for the alcoholic, Alcoholic Beverage Control Board, and I would like to call to order our January 8th meeting at 7 p.m. Um, and then Cindy, do you want to say who's here tonight, or do you want me to do that? I guess I'll do that. Um, Tonight we have myself, Claire Conger, Jimmy Praley, Dick Peterson, Brian Chitwood, Chris Sheehan, and as our members of the city, we've got Ms. Cynthia Gaines and Attorney Joel Braithwaite. And then, sorry, I've got to. Sorry, guys. Did everybody have a chance to look over the meetings from last month?
Yes, I move we approve.
All right, do I hear
Second.
a second? All right, all those in favor, please say aye.
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 All right, so looks like tonight is, do we have someone from Lighthouse Liquors LLC trading as Lighthouse Wine and Spirits with us at the moment?
Sorry, give me just a second.
Sure thing.
I am promoting them now. I also, this might be a question for the presenters. I have another name with your group, Bhavika Patel. I have two people with the last name Patel in the attendee list, but neither of them with that first name. Um,
Madeline, I think we're taken care of. I'm Brian Lyman, Lyma,
okay, perfect.
and I have Bhavika,
Oh, okay, there you
a
go.
licensee here in my office, and we have the other licensee, Mr. Chase, at home on his video.
Okay, they might be for the other agenda item then. Thank you.
All
Thank
right.
you.
If I could have everyone please raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear and affirm under the penalties of perjury that the testimony you're about to give is true and correct?
Go ahead.
Yes.
And if you could please state your name and address for the record.
Yeah. Hi, myself Bhavika Patel, and I live in a 4845 Royal Coachman Drive, Alcrease, Maryland.
All right, Mr. Chase.
And
Sure. Crichton Chase, 221 Duke of Gloucester Street, Annapolis, 21401.
And I have Ms. Patel's son, Happy, Happy Patel, here also. And my name is Brian, last name Lyman, Lyman. I'm also at 221 Duke of Gloucester in Annapolis.
All right. Would you like to tell us a little bit about what's going on?
Thank you, Chairwoman Conger. I guess you noticed or you used the term chairperson, so maybe I'll try that. We'll miss Mr. Praley's chairing the board for sure. We're here tonight to present for Lighthouse Liquors. They're located right on the city line at 2012 West Street. Right now, the store occupies Unit B only, and the retail establishment next door has moved out. Ms. Patel's husband and brother actually are the landlords at the premises, and they are hoping to expand into the adjacent Unit A, which would approximately double the size of the current licensed premises for the class, or it's just a, and I apologize, I'm flipping into county mode for the class of the establishment, but it's a packaged goods store, retail, off-sale premises, license only, at and it's approximately 1,682 square feet currently, and we've submitted plans. Hopefully, the board has had a chance to review those along with my cover letter addressing the various statutory factors that are required under both the board's rules and the applicable ordinances. The impact and the Reason for this are essentially that Ms. Patel has an opportunity to expand her business. She's hoping to get a little more square footage to expand the offerings that she's able to offer her customer base. And as we've described in detail in the letter, we're hoping to attract a larger walk-up crowd to the store as far as patronage, and as well as attract some customers from the newly opening residences that have been built adjacent to the city line. This particular location we think is well served as a city license to actually attract members from outside the city and customers from outside the city because of its location. The location is very close to the city line, as I'm sure all the board members realize, and Lighthouse attracts customers from both the Route 2 corridor, folks who are outbound along West Street, who actually live outside the city, and who live outside the city, not in vehicles, but who might be walking to the establishment from the adjacent Parole Town Center development and apartments and condominiums that have recently opened. Ms. Patel became a licensee before the board, I believe, close to a year ago. I think it was January in 2024 when her transfer was approved. And I believe she's had no violations and no issues. She's looking at making a fairly substantial investment in the real property. The build out, while they're still accepting sort of bids and quoting out the particular work pending the board's approval and final development of plans and appropriate engineering to remove portions of the wall between the two units. We estimate it's probably about a $500,000 improvement to the real property and the premises that would be required to expand the store to the next door unit. We went to the Board of Appeals before we got here to the Liquor Board and obtained the appropriate special exception. Ms. Kim Burke at the City Zoning Department was helpful in writing an appropriate staff report and helping us present before the Board of Appeals. And so we have a special exception to expand should the board deem that fit. We believe that this is an appropriate and necessary public accommodation to expand the license and the licensed premises, and it would bring additional tax revenue, both in the form of increased value for the real property itself, which is a pretty old building, but if it was refurbished, it would certainly increase the assessment value of the property, as well as potentially bringing tax dollars and traffic to the city. Happy to try to answer any additional questions. Ms. Patel and Mr. Chase are the licensees. They're fit and proper folks to hold the license. And we would ask the board to consider approving the expansion so that we can begin the next step of having plans drawn, solicit contract bids for the actual improvement work, and beginning the construction.
All right, and I'm so sorry, I made this mistake before. This is an application that has been made for expansion of existing alcoholic board licensee, which currently occupies 1,682 square feet to approximately 3,200 square feet for the premises known as Lighthouse Liquors LLC, trading as Lighthouse Wine and Spirits at 2012B West Street, Annapolis, Maryland, 21401. Does the board have any questions?
I do.
Yes.
The reason for expanding, why?
If I may proffer, Mr. Peterson, the reason for the expansion is because both there's an opportunity, the unit next door became vacant, as well as their ability to compete both on cost and on product mix with surrounding establishments. There are as we listed in the letter, there are approximately 3 in-city packaged goods stores. All of those are fairly small footprints and smaller than this location. I have a video that if I could present to the board, or if the board is interested, I'm happy to present. But if you're familiar with this establishment, they're using the retail square footage and selling space of the store, as it were, currently for stocking products. There are inventory stacks of cases of beer and wine and what have you that are sort of in the customer space, and we're hoping to open up the shopping area inside the retail establishment and present an improved and better looking establishment than this establishment historically has been. And so this application is part and parcel of what's likely to be some renovations, even if the board declines to expand the license. But we figured that it would be most efficient to request the special exception and the board's permission to expand before they decide what the capital investment in the store is going to be and what the actual layout of the store needs to be adjusted and changed.
What was next door?
Next door was a
Weeks.
retail wig store, and Happy and his mother are the proprietors. You will find them if you stop in at this location at Lighthouse, and they're more than welcome or more than happy to answer questions about their customers and their attempts to garner support from additional and different customer bases than they have historically. So that's the main impetus for requesting an additional expansion, as well as offering a greater product mix to their customers. They really just don't have very much space to buy on competitive quantity discounts from the distributors and to have that inventory appropriately located. If you look at the floor plan, Mr. Peterson, you'll see that there is a planned storage area behind the L-shaped cold box. They're going to add about 20 doors of coolers if the plans are approved. And behind that will be the storage areas where the customers wouldn't be permitted. Currently, the storage space sort of is in the back of the store behind the coolers, and it goes all the way to the very back wall of the premises. And they're hoping to sort of separate the selling area from the storage area a little bit more than it is right now.
So the expanded coolers are for what reason?
As you guys know that we have like lots of customers from coming out when we have like summer season and all. On that time they ask like various different types of IPAs and everything. And due to the lack of the space, we are unable to serve even the regular customers. They sometimes they ask varieties of like flavor and all, and we are unable to serve even the regular customer.
So you're expanding for craft beers predominantly then?
We can add more to be honest, we can add more lots of like varieties that customer can prefer and they can like it.
There aren't a great selection of chilled wines, but there's an additional category, I think, that didn't or hasn't existed until probably the last 5 years, which is ready-made cocktails, and as well as the seltzers. So seltzers have really apparently taken out a lot of the wine sales in a certain dollar category of sales. And so they're looking for more chilled space to offer chilled seltzers, craft beers and IPAs, as well as those ready-made cocktail offerings, which I think sell better if they're chilled and ready to go for whatever events.
I have one more question. This is for Mrs. Gaines. Cindy, anything from the neighbors?
We got no comment.
I'm sorry?
We received no comments.
Okay, thanks. Thanks, Cindy.
How are things with the neighbors?
Everything is good, sir. People are liking, like before us, it was like messy. Anytime customer comes, they says like, I'm coming from like 15 years, but I have never seen the changes you guys have done outside, inside, like having a fence on the backside, then having the road painted, the parking area painted, then having a poles on the front so that nobody drives in and damage the property.
They've made some capital improvements as far as lighting and have been working hard in being, active participants with, vagrants and things that used to be an issue in the wooded area next door to this store. I think that was historically a concern. you know, and they knew that coming in before the license transfer was approved about a year ago, and they've been making steady progress. They put up a fence and have kept it in good repair behind their actual establishment, and they've installed substantial lighting that I think really kind of discourages vagrants and loitering, even in the wooded area, because the wooded area does have quite a lot of that lighting spill over into it.
Very good. Thank you for that.
Thank you.
Mr. Chairman, I move we approve.
All right, do I hear a second?
Second.
All right, all those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. That has passed. Congratulations.
Thank you,
And
everybody.
Thank you very much. We will be happy to submit updated plans, construction plans in accordance with the preliminary drawings once they're finalized and we begin the permitting process. Thank you so much.
I look forward to it. Thank
Good
you.
luck.
Thank you, everybody. Have a good night.
Thanks.
Everyone, if you'll excuse me for a moment, I have to let a dog out. Excuse me. Come on. There you go. Sorry about that. She would not stop crying. All right, so next on the agenda for tonight, we've got the application for consumption of alcoholic beverages on city property. This is the Stanton Community Center, Quinceañera. This is an application for consumption of alcoholic beverages on city property, Stanton Center, with music to Zemina Albia for a quinceañera scheduled on January 18th, 2025 from 2 p.m. to midnight, located at 92 West Washington Street in Annapolis, Maryland, 21401. Do we have the folks here tonight to speak with us?
Hello, have a good night.
Hello, good evening. So if you guys could please raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear and affirm under the penalties of perjury that the testimony you're about to give is true and correct?
Levante su mano derecha. Yes, ma'am.
Yes? Oh, all right. And if you could please state your name and address for the record.
Su nombre completo,
Jessica Hernández,
su dirección,
488 Eleanor Line Arnold,
Maryland,
Maryland,
código postal.
21012.
Thank you. Could you tell us a little bit about this, the party you're planning?
¿Quién se nos puede comentar algo acerca de la fiesta?
Oh, entendí lo que lo sé.
Okay, just kind of use to translate services because she doesn't speak too much English, but I'm gonna try to help her, okay?
I appreciate.
My name is Johanna Lopez, and I am. Is that fine? Is that fine for you?
Yes, if you'd like to help her, that would be appreciated.
Thank you. Okay, so give me 1 second. Por favor, describa cómo va a ser la fiesta, cómo es el planeamiento que tienen.
Okay, es algo familiar, son 16 años. Voy a poner seguridad y
It's gonna be something familiar. It's gonna be the celebration for the 16 years old. ¿Es hija suya, amiga?
sí, hija.
Is her daughter, and she's gonna use security people to make sure that nobody under the 21 use alcohol drinks.
Okay, so how are you guys going to make sure that nobody under the age of 21 gets drinks?
De las pulseras.
She's gonna use like a rail up here, like watch something here with a specific color that is gonna determine about the age of the people that is gonna go to the event. For example, if you are under the 21, you're gonna use a red one. Above or over 21, you're gonna use green one.
Okay, and will you have security for this party?
Can you repeat it again?
Will there be security?
No, de security.
Yes.
Okay, And is it who? Who is the security company? Do you know?
It's gonna be part of the rental location.
It's
Elite?
elite. It's in their application.
Is it-
Okay,
so
thanks, Ryan.
I just wanted to make sure. All
Sure.
right. Does the board have any questions?
I move we approve.
Cindy has
Hold
a
on,
question.
Cindy's got something, yeah.
Oh, Cindy.
Claire, can you please ask them to repeat their address in English, please?
Okay, sure thing.
Dirección de la casa en que yo me mudé. Es 488 488 Eleanor Line, Arnold, Maryland. 21 012.
All right. Cindy, did you get that?
I'll get it later, Clara. Thank you.
Thank you. All right. So, I think did I hear a second on this one?
Second.
All right. All those in favor, please say aye.
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 All right. Congratulations. Have a wonderful party. Thank you for coming. All right. Thank you. Have a good night.
We're fine to leave.
Yep.
Yes.
Thank you. Have a
Bye.
good night.
Have a good night.
Bye.
Bye. All right. Number 4 on our list tonight is an extension of license.
Madam Chair, can I make
Yes,
a
please.
motion that we combine item 4, the extension of licensed premises during a special event, San and Joe Saloon, annual St. Patrick's St. Rock Stroll, and St. Baldrick Society, and item 5, extension of licensed premises during a special event, San and Joe Saloon, annual St. Patrick weekend.
Second.
Okay. I think that sounds wonderful. All those in favor, please say aye.
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 Thank you, guys. All right. So this is an extension of licensed premises for both of the events. The annual St. Patrick's Shamrock Stroll, and St. Baldrick Society. That is, sorry, on Sunday. Sorry, I just hit the wrong. I miss paper copies.
Dick has one.
Oh, look, it's Joe.
Right. All right. Oh, sorry, guys. Give me just a. Forget it. I'm going here.
I can give you the dates, Claire. It's the annual St. Patrick's Shamrock Stroll scheduled for Saturday, March 1st, 2025, and then the St. Baldrick Society scheduled for Sunday, March 2nd, 2025, both from 10 a.m. to 8 p.m.
And then the second date that we're.
And then the item 5 is annual St. Patrick weekend scheduled for Saturday, March 8th, 2025, and Sunday, March 9th Sunday, March 9th, 2025 from 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. Same location, 37 West Street, Annapolis, 21401.
Thank you so much for that, Ryan.
No problem.
And then let's see, who do we have here for that tonight?
Joe's here to
Joe McGovern, owner, Stan and Joe Saloon, 37 West Street.
All right. Hi, Joe.
Hello, everybody. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, Joe.
And just before we get started, I'll be quick.
Okay.
You know, I got my freshman son home from college, and don't rush it, guys. You're going to be dumping them off in a snowstorm, and then you're going to be home wondering who's going to shovel the snow when he's off in Texas. So
Guess what? It's you.
Don't blink. Don't blink. So anyway, I'm sorry. I'm sorry to take up the board's time.
No worries at all. So that's what we're covering. And if you wouldn't mind, please raise your hand. Do you solemnly swear and affirm under the penalties of perjury that the testimony you're about to give is true and correct?
I do.
All right. And please state your name and address for the record.
Joseph Daniel Patrick McGovern Jr., 817 Valley Drive, Crownsville, Maryland, 21032.
Okay. And these are both requests for an extension of licensed premises with the consumption of alcoholic beverages to Stan and Joe's Saloon.
Correct.
These are both events you've held in the past.
For every bit of 10 years now.
All right.
I don't even
And
know how long the parade's been going on, to be honest.
but it's been a while.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, have you ever had any issues with these events?
None that I know of. As everyone knows, I take this very seriously. I can hit my bullet points that I hit every year. Every server and doorman I have is tip certified. All my managers and my bartenders are crowd certified. We use plastic, no glassware. Every egress is attended to by my doormen, who are also all crowd certified and tip certified. And also we have good friends under Jaws Security, which I feed a bunch of roast beef sandwiches to and corned beef. And they are mostly ex-Marines and rugby players. So the doors are pretty well covered. I understand the importance of not letting any alcohol get into the street. We will have food, full service in the parking lot. And we do wristbands. If you will get ID'd, if you want beer, alcohol, you have to have a band. My bartenders know no band, no booze, period, end of sentence. We're not planning on live music. We'll probably have, if you've ever been there, there's a lot of police and fire departments walking around with their St. Patrick's Day music, the bagpipes and all that. But we do monitor the sound, make sure everyone knows to keep it down and keep it in control. I'm checking my notes. I mean, like I said, we've been doing this for 10 years. I take it very seriously, except for my brief doing my parade thing. I'm there. And yeah, I appreciate your guys' time, as I do every year.
Right. Does the board have any questions?
Mr. McGovern,
Yes, sir.
tonight is the first I heard that what's his name is no longer involved in the St. Patty's Day parade. Are you going to take over?
I have not been asked. If asked,
Oh, Joe muted himself. Joe, you
Sorry,
muted
that was
yourself.
me. My hand slipped, Joe.
Oh.
I accidentally muted you.
wow, I can take a hint. My
I'm
goodness.
so sorry.
It's okay, Joe. I got muted too. So
all kidding aside, I think it's such a wonderful thing for Annapolis. It adds some of the coolness to Annapolis. If asked, I would certainly consider it very seriously. But I don't believe John's giving it up. I just think he's done with
I don't
dock.
know that he's not doing the parade, Dick. I just know the other events that he's hosted or helped put on, those are moving
Are gone.
location.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that
yeah.
great big tenant thing he does down on the dock, I think he's moving it to the academy.
And I
Because
think
I
some of
think
that too is because of the construction timeline for the redevelopment. And
That's
he
what I
didn't-
heard too.
oh, is that going to happen?
Oh, I didn't say that. I just said I
Right.
think there was some worry that might
Right after the streets are
conflict.
plowed.
Yeah.
Joe, my
Yeah.
only question for you.
Yes, sir.
Do you have your landlord's approval to use the parking
I
lot?
do. I do. And of course, everyone is indemnified with the insurance, the city, the landlord.
Yeah. And my other question was, everybody else is crowd control and tips trained. Are you?
Yes, I am.
Good. Thank you, sir. Madam Chairman, I move we approve.
All right. Do I hear a second?
Oh,
Chris said second. He's just muted.
Oh, is he muted? All right. All those in favor say aye.
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 Right.
Good luck, Joe. We
Thanks,
look forward
guys.
to it.
And
Thanks,
as
Joe.
I say,
Thank you
as I
so-
say every year, I am 2 weeks away from 18 years on West Street. And I thank you all very much. And I want you to know how seriously I take your permissions and your support.
We appreciate that. Thank
Yeah.
you.
Cheers, guys. Happy New Year.
Thanks, Joe.
Good night. All right. Number 6 on our list tonight is approval for an interim alcoholic management agreement for the West Street Liquors and Pharmacy Incorporated and AMA LLC. This is a request to approve an interim alcoholic license management agreement by and between West Street Liquors and Pharmacy Incorporated, sellers, and the Harshal Patel individual on behalf of AMA LLC Company, Harshal Patel and Company, collectively known as manager, for the temporary management of the licensed premises located at 1100 West Street, Annapolis, Maryland, 21401. Are they here?
Yes, good evening, Madam Chair. My client, Harshil Patel, I see him as well, Kenna Patel at the very end. Good evening. Thank you for having us this evening. My office previously submitted an application for the transfer of this license, which was approved by this board last month. And candidly, I messed up. This should have been submitted with the application package, and it was not. Miss Gaines and the city attorney, Mr. Braithwaite, were kind enough to give this interim approval prior to this meeting. And my clients have closed on the business since that interim approval was given, and we are hoping to actually effectuate the transfer of this license tomorrow, now that the last 2 outstanding items have been resolved. So we'd respectfully request that this management agreement be officially approved, even though it will only be in effect for an additional day.
All right. I think we can do that. And if you could have your client raise their right hand. And do you solemnly swear and affirm under the penalties of perjury that the testimony you are about to give is true and correct?
Yes, true and correct. I do that.
Thank you. And please state your name and address for the record.
My name is Harshal Patel, and my address is 1458 Honey Locust Drive, Gambrels, Maryland.
All right. Thank you.
Welcome.
So, does the board have any questions?
I do.
All right. Mr. Peterson?
This was known as Pinky's West Street Liquors, correct?
Yes, Mr. Peterson.
Where is the word pharmacy coming from?
So, candidly, I'm not the old entity that owned the business was West Street Liquors and Pharmacy Incorporated. My clients, I'm not sure where the word pharmacy came from. That entity is no longer the owner of the business, though. AMA LLC is. So there is no pharmacy there whatsoever in any capacity.
So did this come from the brothers or?
Bill, I think, or Dick, I think it was just an archaic initially when the business was founded. That's what it
Had to have
was.
been really archaic.
Really archaic because, and I think I think the boys always traded under, traded as Pinkies. Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why I was so confused. Because I serviced them for many years and I never heard the word pharmacy, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have no knowledge of them ever operating as a pharmacy. They may have at one point, but that is long in the past, and my client is not going to be operating in that way, nor is he legally authorized to do so.
It doesn't surprise me.
Yeah. I move we approve this for the 24 hours that they need it.
Second.
Okay, all those in favor, please say aye.
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 All right. Thank you guys so much. Have a wonderful evening.
Thank you, everyone. Have a great evening. And I just want to, if I may take a moment and just thank the board staff and especially Deputy Clerk Gaines. She was a instrumental resource in this process, and I greatly appreciated her assistance and, frankly, handholding. So
thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Ms.
She
Gaines.
she is our dynamite person. Thank you.
She absolutely is. I hope everyone has a wonderful evening and their New Year's off to a great start. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Take care.
Happy New Year.
Good evening.
All right. So, would the board like to adjourn for this evening?
Oh, gee, I move we adjourn.
Do I hear a second?
Second.
All right. All those in favor?
Aye.
Okay.
See you guys in March.
All right.
See you in March.
Thank you, guys.
See you in March.